Hello everyone, welcome back to the Goody Life, where life is good and everything is great. I'm Dr. Goody, and if you're new to my channel, the Goody Life is all about finding motivation, inspiration, and self-growth in all different aspects and areas of your life. I hope you guys are having a fabulous 2021 so far. The year just started, and one of the things most people or a lot of people like to do in the New Year's is setting New Year's resolution. I'm one of those people. I do that also. However, I'm a firm believer in you can set a New Year's, not a New Year's, but you can set a resolution or a goal any time of the year, any day of the year that you want to make some personal change or you want to do something for yourself. You can do it any time of the year. However, for the New Year's, my husband and I, we like to set some goals for ourselves for throughout the years. So I wanted to talk a little bit about setting yourself some New Year's resolution and some simple goals. Maybe it's individual goals or couple goals for yourself. So what do you need? You need two things, or you can just use one thing if you like. You'll need a small book, like a journal or something like that. And I use a book, and I also use my phone. And I'll tell you why. So of course I know some people, I'm still old school. I still like to put pen to paper, first of all. So that's the reason why I use a book. But I also use my phone, which I'm doing the recording with right now, so I can't share it to you guys. But I also use my phone, and I copy over all my goals from my book into my phone. The reason why, once I write it in my book, I put it away, and I normally check the book every 3 months or so. But with the goals being in my phone, the resolutions or goals, let's call it goals for now. With it being in my phone, I get to look at it weekly or bi-weekly to see what something I may need to work on right away and what I can put away for later in the month or 3 months from now. So it helps me to keep myself focused, and it also helps me to stay focused on the goals that I set out for the New Year's. So setting up New Year's resolutions or New Year's goals, I like to break them down in a few different areas for myself, and hopefully sharing these tips will help you guys in setting goals for yourself. And if you have different ideas and different ways how you write your goals down or how you set them up, definitely comment below, because I always love to hear new ideas and ways people do stuff, because I am also learning through this whole process. So the first thing I do with my goals is I have a journal. I have been doing it for a few years now. And actually my husband and I, what we do is we sit down on New Year's Day and we take, be it an hour or two, and we look back. Of course, this is a new book that I'm showing you guys. I'm not showing you my personal journal here. And what we do is we look back at our old goals from the year before. That's the beginning of it, basically. And it's a great time if you're a couple where you get a bond, maybe you have some tea or something like that, and you guys are sitting, looking at your notes, checking over all the things you have achieved and some of the things that you may have not achieved. For example, last year, one of my fitness goals, and the same goal that my husband shared, was to do a triathlon. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, that was not a goal that we were able to achieve. So there will be things that you can't achieve due to life, due to certain circumstances. Don't beat yourself up. Maybe you completely take it off the list, or maybe you put it for the next year. So that's the first thing I do, is I look at my previous year goals and I check off all the things I have achieved. It's a great sense of accomplishment on how far you have come that year. Now, I don't make up too many goals, but I do have different areas, because that helps me to stay focused. It's kind of similar to what the Goody Life is all about in the 5 areas. So it's very similar to that I set my goals up. So for example, I have 2 sets of goals that I normally set up. There's my individual goals that I would write out for myself. And since I'm married, I also have couple goals that my husband and I share. So if you are setting up some goals, and if you're single, you'll just do the individual goals. And if you're married, you may want to include the couple goals also. So the first type of goals that I like to start with are my individual goals. This has to do all with my personal growth, my personal development for myself. So I may have a goal like read a book every 3 months. So I would have something like that as one of my goals. Or maybe listen to motivational videos. So whatever, very simple goal, nothing too complicated here. Or whatever it is, or maybe working on my YouTube channel or doing my writing. So things like that, I'll have individual goals. So things that you want to achieve for yourself. And that's just with your personal growth, your personal development. I feel it's very important for us to know and identify areas that we need to grow in. So for example, if I need to grow in a certain area for myself personally, be it if it's I need to do more reading, or let's say when I was back in the days when I had to look back and study for certain licensures process or renewal process. Those are things that takes a lot of time in my field. You have to study for it. You have to go take an exam. So it takes a lot of preparation. So I do set those things as passing an exam. I make it a goal for myself that year, because in my field, I have to really put in 3 to 4 months worth of studying in order to pass those exams. So everyone should have personal growth for themselves. Those are the things you want to achieve that year for you. The next area that I like to have is my fitness goal. Now, my fitness goal is something that I do share similar with my husband. We do have our own individual fitness goal where I have my own, like for example, how many miles I want to run that year. So you can set yourself a fitness goal of how many miles you want to run that year, or maybe what type of workout you would like to try for yourself, or if you're looking into nutrition for yourself, you can make a nutritional goal. So that's a goal that I do share with my husband. We do share some fitness goal together. So I also like to put that in the couples category. So for couples, if you are a couple out there and you're watching this video, one of the things I like to plan is my couple goals. And that is one of the things we love to do, is we love to read couples book together. So we'll put in maybe read 3 books this year on couples to help us grow in our relationship and prosper in our relationship, because every year it's a different year in a marriage. It changes. Things changes in life. Your career changes. You're moving, whatever it is. So reading these books help to bring us together, bond us together. We also get to share our point of view. And if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen where I talked about when we sit down and we read these books together, we have very different perspective of it. But what's really important is because we share those perspectives with each other, I get to understand what he really sees or feels when he reads these books, and he also gets to see the same for me, and we really come back and we find a common ground, or we try to understand each other's perspective, which is a really nice bond for a relationship. So that's always one of my couples goals, is to read books on relationships together, be it if it's 2 books, 4 books a year. You make your own goals towards that. And the other one we do have together is one fitness goal that we share, be it if we're doing a triathlon that year, so we train for it together, or something of that similar nature. Now, moving back into your individual goal, you can also have a saving goals. That's something I like to have also, is a saving goal for that year, looking at your income and how much would you like to save that year, or what you would like your finance to look like for the year. So you make sure you write that down, and write that number down. It's very important. I told you guys I'm old school. I truly believe in pen to paper, writing it down. Write it down, because at the end of the year when you see it, it will feel great. Also, you're putting that out there for yourself. Like if you want to get a raise, Write that down. You want to get a raise this year. This is your year to get a raise. And if you write it down, chances are, and you're putting in the hard work, not just writing it and putting it away, but if you're putting in the hard work towards it, it's definitely going to come true for you. So give it a shot. Another goal I like to make for myself is a travel goal. You guys know this already about me. I love to travel. I love to meet new people and travel across the world to learn about diversity and culture and new places. So that's a very integral part of my growth also. So I always have a travel goal, one that's international and then maybe some local travels also. So I put it down there so it just reminds me, and then I copy all of that from my journal and I put it into my phone, so it's a reminder when I look back at it. I'm like, oh, okay, this much time has gone, I need to start planning for this, or I need to start getting ready to see how I can make this goal happen in the next few months, be it if it's an individual goal or if it's a couple's goal. You need to work on it. So that's why I keep it in my phone as a way to look back at it. I hope you guys found these tips helpful. Again, just to recap, New Year's resolutions or New Year's goals, you can set this anytime for yourself. Most importantly, make sure you have a little small journal and a phone, or if you don't have a phone, whichever way you want to write it down, and write down some individual goals for yourself. Don't make the list too big to where you cannot achieve all these things. Write down stuff and work on them. Again, if you don't achieve them, maybe you move them to the next year. And whatever you do achieve, do celebrate that moment. So have some individual goals such as self-growth, health and fitness goal, saving goal, maybe career goals, whatever it is that you want for yourself to personally grow and develop. If you are a married couple or you're a couple in general, make sure you have some couple goals, because that's what's going to bond your relationship together. That moment that you guys are spending together, that time that you guys are spending together is going to help to build your relationship also. So I hope these little tips and tricks help you in setting up some goals for yourself. If you have any questions, do drop a comment below. I do like to hear from you guys. And what are some goals you set for yourself, or some different areas? I like to learn about those too. And I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share button below. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.